Ratchet& Clank Deadlocked is the worst in the franchise. I don't understand why it's so widely beloved. It's not like the worst game I've ever played, but like, it's the worst Ratchet& Clank game I've ever played. I've beaten Quest for Booty more than it, and I don't even like Quest for Booty that much. That just tells you how much I dislike Deadlocked. But now, allow me to explain why I hate Deadlock so much, in a numbered list of sorts. Starting with point number 1, no platforming. Yeah, there's no platforming in this game. And Ratchet & Clank is a platforming franchise. This is like if they made a Sonic game with no platforming and you just ran. Like, it's not bad. They got half of the formula in there, but like, no one really wants that. I think Ratchet & Clank 2, up to this point, is the best in the franchise, because it has the 60-40 mix of platforming to combat. There should be 60% combat, 40% platforming, because it allows you to get what you're coming to Ratchet & Clank for, but not too much of either. While Ratchet & Clank Deadlocked just overwhelms you with gunplay, to the point where I was putting it down mid-gameplay session because of how bored I was getting with all of the shooting. Now, this isn't all of the gameplay in Ratchet & Clank Deadlocked, which brings me to point number 2. Oh my god, dear lord, half of this game is vehicle missions. Oh my god, dear lord, half of this game is vehicle missions. Why do you people like this so much? Vehicle missions have never been Ratchet & Clank's strong suit, especially up to this point, where 100% of them has had horrible controls. And Deadlock doesn't just continue the pattern, it makes it so much worse with this stupid motorcycle and the stupid walking spider thing. One of them is so fast and you can barely control it, and the other is so slow. You can control it well, but it's so slow. And it keeps giving you on-the-rails missions in the slow fucking spider bot, and I don't like it. Oh my god, I hate this game's vehicle missions so much. Whenever my favorite part of your vehicle missions is the spaceship levels, you've done something horribly wrong as a Ratchet & Clank game, because Ratchet & Clank spaceship missions suck. Except for you, Tools of Destruction, you actually have really good spaceship missions. My next problem, its story is bad and boring. Its story is the part that I see praised about this game the most. And why? I don't get it. Its story is Ratchet gets kidnapped by a greedy businessman who wants to exploit people for money. What an original Ratchet & Clank plot that's never been done before. You know, it's not like the first villain in the franchise had pretty much the same motivation. All that changes is that the guy from this game just doesn't want to destroy the planets. He just wants to have the guys fight each other. That's it. Let me be honest, this isn't very interesting. But don't worry, Ratchet & Clank games can have a lackluster plot. You're playing them to see the characters, after all. So how are the characters? They aren't there. Clank isn't in the game very much. Al is the only familiar character who appears, and the rest are boring villains that, let me be honest, I don't care about. Oh, but don't forget, there's also the boring robots. I don't think it would be fair to compare them to Kronk and Zephyr, the better robots, but I will. Kronk and Zephyr are better. By far. And, like, I get that they didn't have the idea for Kronk and Zephyr until the next game, but that doesn't change the fact that these robots are boring, and in the literal next game they introduce Kronk and Zephyr, two robots who are very cool, and I like them a lot. The next issue is its inconsistent difficulty. At every point in the game, Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked is either way too difficult to the point where I'm actively having no fun, or way too easy to the point where I'm actively having no fun. As soon as you get the lightning mods, you can just blast through the entire first half of the game until you hit like a wall in the second half of the game, and you just struggle for the rest of it, and there's hardly any catching up. It's just very difficult for no reason from that point on, and I don't get it. They couldn't have made the game a balanced difficulty. They had to make it hard and unfun half the time and frustratingly easy the other half. Was that really necessary? I guess so. And my final issue, the weapons are bad. There are only 3 weapons worth using. The shotgun, the twin vipers, and the turret glove that you get at the end of the game. Everything else is hot garbage. Or the not rhino, which, like, it's good, but it's a rhino. You're not gonna be using it, like, at all because it makes the game boring. Its version of the Peacemaker sucks. And I'm a Peacemaker fiend. I love the Peacemaker. If I don't like your version of the Peacemaker, you've done something horribly wrong. Yeah, anyways, those are the reasons why I hate Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked.